Hey, this is Mariela from the Functional Company. All right, so let's talk about how sugar affects the immune system. Sugar is so insidious. It's everywhere. They put it in bacon, all kinds of foods, chips, meats, whatever it is that we're eating, you have to pretty much look at the ingredients because the overwhelming majority of these things have sugar in them. And so I'm not saying sugar is 100% bad. It has a space on the planet, right? Like it has its use, but it's very limited and it's very easily overconsumed. The thing is that most people are overconsuming sugar in some form. And what happens when you overconsume sugar, and you first of all, if you think overconsumption would be like drinking a gallon of soda, no, it's just even 8 ounces is a lot of sugar for one sitting. So it's very easy to overdo it. Plus it creates more cravings for sugar, up highs and lows in energy. So it's something that's very addictive for the brain, for the body. It's something it's tricky and hard for a lot of people to let go of. But one of the things that I see is that sometimes people get sick. And one of the things that needs to get handled is how much sugar they're consuming, because they'll just be eating a lot of sugar, which I'm just going to remind you that basically every time that we overconsume sugar, our immune system is going to drop by approximately 80%. So we're pretty much dropping our defenses when we overconsume sugar. And then depending on what's happening in life, then we can get sick. So this is just one factor. It's not the only thing that contributes to getting sick. But what I see for some people is that they just look for a supplement. They're just saying like, okay, hey, what's the supplement that I can take because I'm sick now? And one of the things I want to say is just, okay, you can obviously take a supplement at this point to help build the immune system, and then continue to take some supplements to completely rebuild the immune system. But we're not going to rebuild the immune system if we're continuously feeding sugar, eating sugar, because what the sugar does is it feeds the bad bacteria and the fungus in the body. And what's interesting about that is that even the fungus, the fungi and the bad bacteria in the body will create cravings for us. So sometimes people say, oh man, it's just so hard, like they can't let go of sugar. But one of the things to consider is that if there's too much bug overgrowth in the body, too much fungi, too much bacteria, those bugs on their own will create sugar cravings because that's what they need to continue to proliferate, to continue to grow. So it's not just like, oh man, my willpower. It's kind of like, look, we have to handle the bugs, the overgrowth of bad bacteria in the intestines or fungi in the body, because as we handle and control that, we improve the immune system, but we're also going to make it easier to actually reduce the amount of cravings that we have in the long term. So it's not just willpower that we have to use when we're reducing sugar from the diet. One of the things we have to do is really improve the immune system by feeding the good bacteria, reducing the amount of sugar. And just remember that every time you avoid eating sugar, you're basically saying, no, I'm not going to feed the fungi and the bad bacteria that are asking me for sugar. I'm going to repair my diet, and I'm going to take supplements that are going to help handle the overgrowth of bacteria and fungus in the body. So there are different protocols that you can do for that, but that's a one target. So it's just kind of interesting because it's not just your mental willpower of why you can't stop eating sugar. One of the things that's happening oftentimes is that there's an overgrowth of these bugs, and that on its own is going to create these cravings. So again, those things grow because we continue to eat sugar. Therefore, our immune system is compromised overall, and it makes it harder and harder to recover. And then we have other symptoms. We have toe fungus, brain fog, bloating, gas, hormonal problems, all these different things. It's a cascade of all these different problems, but they're indicators sometimes that there could be an overgrowth of some kind of a bug problem. This is affecting our immune system. So this is why it's so important to control sugar in the diet. It's not just for weight loss. It's because a body, in order to maintain health for a long time, for us to maintain a healthy body, we need to make sure that we're not feeding the bad bugs in the body, because if we do, then it's much harder in the long term to keep a body nice and upgraded and optimized, right? So that's one major reason why we really want to avoid sugar or really bring it down. So just know it's not your willpower. We have to have this kind of 1-2 punch. You are going to bring down your sugar consumption, but you're also going to figure out how to handle the overgrowth of bacteria. You might have to take some herbals or supplements. You might have to go to a practitioner who can help you figure out where this stuff is located, and how you're going to best handle it through natural means. On our website, functionalco.com, we have practitioners that we recommend, but there's other ones as well, not just on our website, that do things through natural means to really recover health. You know, it's not just a matter of giving the body an antibiotic, but rather we really want to build up the immune system. We're going to do that through good herbal supplements, good supplements of some sort. Plus, we're going to bring down sugar, and those things together will help to overcome the cravings that sometimes happen due to the overgrowth of the bad bacteria and fungi. All right, I just want to give you that little tidbit to just really understand kind of a little bit more of a context regarding cravings, the immune system, bugs in the body, and sugar, and how it's all kind of interrelated. Because with more information, you can basically get on top of it. You know, you can stay handling it and not feel kind of like, oh, there's nothing I can do. I don't have strong willpower or something like that. That's not a conclusion we need to get to. We just need to handle what's going on with the body and then take it from there. All right, thanks so much for tuning in. I'll see you on the flip side.